Today, as usual, I'm going to be taking my Root Rider army into Legends League. This army is completely busted. As you can see, I am perfect for the last 2 days in Legends, and if you count the last 2 days of last season's Legends season, I have only failed 3 times in the last 23 days with this army. I hope these Legends videos aren't getting too repetitive, so let me know what kind of content you'd like to see in the future from me in the comments section. But let's get right into the first attack. Okay, first hit of the day, let's get the triples running. First of all, we have whatever this space is. This looks absolutely terrible, but maybe it's good. Honestly, I'm a bit scared to Spirit Walk anywhere. I feel like this could be baited, but I think I'm going to go for here. Although this isn't my usual entry, I think I should still be okay as well. He does have like the wizard towers in the core, which makes my life a little bit easier. Of course, because he's trying to defend the Broom Witches, and I am not using the Broom Witches. So, looking good so far. There's my first little bit of bait and a couple Teslas in the area. Scatshot gets a shot off, and the Monolith gets a shot off as well, so that's not exactly ideal. Super Dragon is also getting lured, which is not great for me. Normally you don't really want the Super Dragon to get lured out, and I think for that reason I am just going to go straight into the Super Dragon, if that makes sense. So let's do that. Hopefully the Super Dragon ain't going to do too much damage, and we'll go ahead, we'll overgrowth like this. Skelly spell around this area, and honestly we're probably going to be using a nice and early Warden ability because we are going into most of the damage quite early into the attack. I'm just going to freeze as well, just because there's, as I said, a lot of damage in the area. And yeah, we're thinking about our next overgrowth in a moment here. Hopefully the king and the queen can stay nice and caught up, and my RC die through ability. So that's going to be a little bit awkward. But let's see, pop the king and the queen ability. And this one's going to get a little bit fishy, as I like to say, because the RC died through ability. But nonetheless, I think it is crushed. We have the queen ability there. Town Hall is stunned by the Diggy, and that is why the Diggy is so good. People sometimes ask me why I use the Sneezy on the queen and the Diggy on the Warden, and it's simply because you're just getting best of both. You're just getting the best of both worlds. I don't find that you need the Sneezy necessarily on the Warden, because you have the Troop Launcher, which does the job of, you know, testing for traps and stuff just fine. You don't need the Sneezy, and so that's why I have it on the Queen, because it's just the next best pet effectively. But yeah, unfortunately this one did get a little bit close, solely because of course my RC dying through ability, because I wasn't really paying attention, to be quite honest. And it is also the first attack of the day, so I'm always bound to run into a couple of issues on the first attack, because I don't really like to warm up before my attacks. I do recommend warming up, but this was a 3-star, so who really cares? Hopefully the next one can be a little bit cleaner than the first. So let's get right into it. Next base of the day then, and we have this double rage setup, which is quite interesting. This style was definitely made popular in some of the recent seasons, and this base looks really weird. It feels like the damage is so weak at the top section here, and he's got all of the damage around those rage towers. So I'm going to go into... Oh, I was going to go into the multi-arch, the arch tower there, but she didn't go where I wanted her to go, but it should be fine. I doubt there's too many traps around this area. There may be, but it looks like we're going to get a really nice path into this Air Expo, or not. Yeah, I think we're going to have no trouble taking down this base. I've attacked this style of base many times, and yeah, oh, that's a lot of damage actually. Why did I take so much damage there? I don't know. But we're going to have to start double cycling and stuff. And we actually kind of messed up there a little bit, because I think we're not going to get the multi-target Inferno down, which is honestly fine. Not that big of a deal. Although it's going to make my life a little bit more harder in a moment here. So I'm going to go with the first overgrowth like this. Oh, we need to poison. And Super Dragon, a little bit late there. Not really on the ball yet this morning. Okay, looking okay though. Headhunters are in. Looks like the Queen ability is going to get forced here in a moment. And actually my RC is kind of playing Daredevil a little bit and running into the Minion Prince. I misclicked the King ability there, which isn't ideal. And I think I'm honestly just going to overgrowth now because these Fire Spitters are doing a lot of damage. Going to send in some Super Barbs to kind of clean up a little bit. Queen ability is forced. Hopefully she can stay alive. If not, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. Oh, and I've got my witches as well. Oh my gosh, what am I doing this morning? I do not even know. But what does it matter as long as I'm 3-starring, right? Looks like it's going to be a 3-star. RC is in the worst possible place, so honestly I'm just going to let her die. There's no way she's going to live. And we'll think about what we're going to do with our free spell. Probably something like this on all of those defenses there. And yeah, this is a 3-star. Again, not as crushed as I like it to be normally, but I did forget my witches, and it was a little bit messy. But a 3-star is a 3-star. We do have 3 heroes alive. And maybe I should do a warm-up attack now, because those first 2 attacks were not very clean. But let's get into the next attack. Okay, next base of the day, and we have ourselves this base right here, which I think I did actually attack yesterday. I could be wrong, but let's see what we're going to do for this one. I think I'm going to have to go with an Invis spell. Honestly, I don't want to take too much damage in this situation, and I'm going to go with an Invis spell like this and this. Unfortunate, we take some damage there on the Fox. But it happens, to be honest. It's fine. Shouldn't affect me in the long run. We're not going to quite get the same amount of value we were able to get last time on this base. I think we were able to actually get to the Poison Tower. It doesn't look as if we're going to be able to do that on this time around. So instead, we're going to have to be a little bit more on the ball, I guess. So we'll go with the Nice Golem, just distract that Monolith at the start. Perfect. And actually, it's going to be a bit awkward on this first overgrowth, because we're going to need to use it to make sure the Root Riders are pathing to where I want them to path to. Instead of actually covering the... Ooh, and my Fox might die there. Okay, this one's looking a little bit wonky already. But we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Looks like we do have a Furnace CC and only Giant splitting away from the main pack, which is actually okay. I'm going to go with an... no, actually, yeah, I'm going to go with an early second overgrowth spell. Because I don't want to take too much damage right now. And yeah, this is not looking great, to be quite honest. See if those Super Barbs can maybe trigger that. Can someone go to the Town Hall or something? I'm going to have to freeze the Town Hall, I think. This one's looking a little bit rough, not going to lie to you guys. Pop the RC ability here, and actually she's getting locked onto, so she might die through ability. Oh boy. Okay, here we go. This might be another fail. Remain confident, you know, we got this, we got this. Let's pop both these hero abilities here. So the RC is going to go down, unfortunately, not a lot I can do there. And you know what? I think we have it. These attacks have been absolutely trash. This is not a proper representation of this army whatsoever. Let me tell you that much, because normally these attacks absolutely smash. It's obviously just not my day today, but the stats do speak for themselves. I have still only failed 3 attacks the entire season, and this one is no exclusion, although it is pretty close again. So yeah, okay, let's get into the next attack. Okay, next base of the day, we have ourselves a double rage, sorry, not double rage, a single rage setup here. And it looks pretty straightforward, to be quite honest. Basically just need to tackle that core with my overgrowth spells, and I should be good. But that's easier said than done with my form in today's Legends hits. Let's see what we can do though. Go into that Ricochet Cannon. Yeah, this is a nice Spirit Walk here. Unfortunately, that scat shot might be quite annoying. Even the ricochet cannon got a shot off there, which is pretty unheard of. And I wonder where she's going to go. I think she may go up to that wizard tower. Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. Oh, and she's... Yeah, okay, that's unfortunate as well. Maybe we get this mono down. Yeah, I think we can just about, maybe. Yes, perfect. Okay, let's lure the... what's he called? The thingamajiggy, the super dragon, over to there. And let's go with a poison spell onto him because he is quite scary, if I do say so myself. Let's go with an overgrowth spell like this, and let's remain nice and patient, but scared of that giant bomb, no, giga bomb. But we're looking okay actually. Gonna skelly spell this ricochet and scat shot. They're pretty easy to distract, I think. Not a lot of splash in that area at all because he has all of his infernos kind of in the core, and I'm a little bit sniffly. Oh, I've got runny nose, sorry guys. Okay, let's see what we can do here. I'm going to pop the RC ability and the healing tome. I'm going to let both of those trigger actually, and then I'm going to overgrowth. Just so that I don't have to deal with that rage spell. Rage tower in full effect, if that makes sense. I'm going to go with the king ability, make sure everything is going in and grabbing the town hall and not running on the outside of the base here. Pop the queen ability nice and early. The RC is going pretty crazy here, but I think we do have this one. I'm going to try and keep the RC alive, even though she is not really helping me out today. But yeah, this is a 3-star, much better than the last couple of attacks. Still not really clean, but mostly because the RC just is on an absolute death wish today. I don't know what she's up to, but she clearly does not want me to succeed today, and it looks like she's going to die, which is a bit unfortunate, but it was a 3-star. Definitely happy with this one compared to the other attacks. Let's get into the next attack of the day. Next base, then, what on earth? What? Why does he have Invis towers there? Okay. And, what? Alright, well, not exactly sure what this base is doing. But now that I've said that, I'll probably fail it, because I don't know, that just seems to happen when I look at these crap bases. I just fail for whatever reason. But I mean, what is this base? Why has he moved like all these defenses in to be around the town hall, so the town hall's not even isolated anymore? This has to be a homemade build, because I don't know what I'm looking at right now, but this is not it whatsoever. I'm actually going to be able to reach the town hall with my spirit charge. I'm definitely not going to be able to take it out, but that's fine by me. Let's go into the monolith, I think. We'll go with the skill. No, we won't skelly spell. We can actually just use the ice golem then. I think it may even freeze up the mono, which would be great for me. Go with our next ice golem. And we're getting a little bit of a split with the root riders there with the town hall. I think I may just use my first overgrowth on the town hall. Looks a little bit weird, but I think it's fine, honestly. It's going to help us just make sure that our path is fairly straightforward. King is being a bit of an idiot and not going where I want him to go, but he has redirected, luckily. And I wonder what's in his CC. I'm quite intrigued, actually. Pop the warden ability now, and we'll overgrowth the fire splitter here. Go with the poison spell. Ooh, the town hall is moving a little bit out of our reach. Honestly, I'm just going to freeze because I think it's on my healers at the moment, and we all know how that's going to go. But I'll pop my hero abilities at this point because I'm pretty confident. Yeah, this is definitely a 3-star. Of course, no issues with this attack, this base, whatsoever. I believe it was a very popular base around about the WWE season. I think it was good at defending the Berserker troop, were they called? Like the Valkyries, the crazy Valkyries had like 3 lives. And this guy's just made some really bad tweaks to this base. Like a random Invis tower there, which literally achieves nothing. So I don't know what he's doing. But look, I'll take it. We're pretty high up in trophies as well, so I don't even know how this guy even got this high in trophies with that base. But nonetheless, 3-star is a 3-star. Let's get into the next attack of the day. Next attack then, we have a double rage setup. This does look quite scary. I think I want to go into that merged mortar, because I think I should be able to use an ice golem. Oh, actually, no, I'm going to get this. Oh, yeah, okay, here's what I'm going to do. Actually, I don't know. What I do know is that I want to Spirit Walk this Fire Spitter, and depending on how much value we get with the RC, I suppose we will go from there. But I'm going behind this Fire Spitter simply because there is no space for any traps, which means that I'm basically in the clear with the Spirit Walk. I probably could have even not used an Invis spell there because there's like 0 damage in this area. So another slightly weird build, I believe it is, obviously trying to counter the Broom Witches with these Wizard Towers in the core, which, you know, that's just the game right now in Legends League, is that Root Riders are better because other bases are not as good. So we're going to get these builder huts down, I think. Yeah, perfect, looking great here. Let's see, I'm going to go into this bottom section. No real reason apart from I think it just gives me the best path into the base. We'll see if I'm correct in a moment. We'll go ahead, we'll poison this thingy. And let's see here, use a super barb here. Keep them working around. Hopefully that ice golem will be able to freeze up the mortar, but I'm not 100% sure. Go with our first overgrowth spell like this, making sure the path is nice and straight into this base. Go with the headhunter onto the thingy there. Hopefully the mortar, yeah, the mortar isn't actually going to do a whole lot. And I'm going to think about using my Warden ability now. And what should I do here? Do I want to... No, I think I'm just going to go with the same overgrowth spell. Use a skelly spell here. Definitely going to need a freeze spell because that's a lot of damage. Spam all of the hero abilities at this point. And yeah, I think this one is absolutely smashed. Definitely not a good base against Root Riders. Maybe a good base against Broom Witches, but I honestly don't know because I haven't even tried Broom Witches because I just haven't had the need to even try them out. And so yeah, this is definitely a 3-star. RC is again trying to die, running right into this bomb. Luckily the Fox is smart and hanging back, but yeah. This is definitely a 3-star. No issues with this one. All 4 heroes alive, all of the Root Riders alive. Just got a really good Spirit Walk basically, and then kind of went from there. Didn't even really think about my Root Rider path thing, just saw that great Spirit Walk. And yeah, we got the job done. So that is that attack. I think we have 2 more left, so let's get right into it. Next base of the day then, and I think I attacked this base yesterday, right? Yeah, I definitely did, but it had a Flame Spinner in the core, not the Crusher Mortar, which is interesting. And somebody's actually calling me, which is a little bit annoying. So I'll have to get back to them. But I'm going to start on this Ricochet Cannon as I did yesterday. Hopefully they haven't, like... I don't know if this is the same person. I don't think it is. But if they did, hopefully they didn't... hopefully they didn't re-trap it so it baits my entry. But I don't think they did. Oh, that's pretty unfortunate there. A lot of damage to the Fox. It looks like we're going to lose it to the bombs, which is, yeah, unfortunate. The Mono and the Scatter Shot just did a bit of team play there. And kind of, yeah, did quite a lot of damage. I think we should be able to get down this multi-arch tower, though, with 1 extra Invis spell. So I'm going to do that. Maybe even trigger this poison tower. Yes, cool. I believe there was a spring trap here last time. Now there isn't, though, which is slightly weird. Don't know why they would remove the spring trap from that area. But it's fine by me. Go with our first overgrowth as we did last time. Get the, what's that thing called? The troop launcher in to the action. Send in another ice golem into this section here. Maybe try and distract that. Ooh, okay. Got a little bit worried there that maybe my Root Riders might split away to the other side of the base. We need to keep an eye on my RC here because she, oh my goodness, she is on a death wish once again. Looks like we've got an E-Titan in the CC there, which is a bit weird. A little bit worried about my troops there with the mortar, and actually my RC is very low on health, so I'm going to go ahead and pop her ability as well as the Queen ability. Send in a Super Barb down there, just kind of clean up that area of the base, and there is a lot of damage right now. I'm going to pop the King ability, just try and get through everything a little bit quicker. Maybe Skelly spell here. Get ready on the freeze spell, I think, onto this mortar, because otherwise I think it's going to do tons of damage. But yeah, I think we have got this one. At one point there, I could have been in a bit of trouble, especially around the Town Hall area. but we have got the job done here. And I need to get back to that person who called me. Hopefully the game audio isn't too loud. Seems to be quite loud on this attack for some reason. But yeah, this is a 3-star. No problems here. All 4 heroes are alive. Tons of stuff alive. The healers managed to live. And the RC is somehow still alive. Even though she wanted to die so bad. But let's get into the final attack of today. Final attack then. And we have a double Invis base. It's definitely not something I have seen very recently in Legends League. I feel like the double Invis style of base has kind of gone a little bit unpopular in recent times, but I'm going to go with the Spirit Walk into this section here. It's quite hard to explain, I suppose. I'll probably do an in-depth guide into this strategy and then cover different styles of bases. But effectively what I always do on these Invis bases is I Spirit Walk a corner on the opposite side of the Town Hall, right? So notice how the Town Hall's on this side of the base. I Spirit Walk this corner, and then I enter with the Root Riders into that corner. So that on the second Overgrowth spell, whoa, chill out, RC. So that on the second Overgrowth spell, I am, it's hard to explain, okay? I'm kind of just yapping now. I don't actually know what I'm trying to say. But I'll do a guide and you guys will understand, I'm sure. I'm going to go with both my Headhunters at the start here because it's like to be a ton of damage. Go ahead with our first Overgrowth spell as always, and that Headhunter is doing some great work onto the enemy minion prince there. That mortar might be quite annoying later into the attack, and I'm going to save my Ice Golem, place it onto that mortar when the time comes. Hopefully everyone can stay nice and, you know, in the base and not going out to that Tesla. A little bit worried that maybe that might not happen, and ooh, okay. Gonna go like this. Oh, that Overgrowth's a little bit off. Go ahead, let's freeze like this, because that is a ton of damage. And okay, let's think about the Queen ability now. Gonna keep my eye on the Royal Champion, pop her ability at this point, and go with the King ability as it should. Yeah, bounce in. Help me take out that Monolith compartment a little bit faster. Easy with the Crusher Mortar. We do have the Invis spell. And it looks like the Fox is going to go down, which is quite natural, to be fair, at this point, because, of course, the Spear means that the Fox will go ahead a little bit. And we do have an Ice Golem in the core there, which is going to be great for us. Going to freeze up everything with one of my Witches. So, yeah, this is definitely going to be a 3-star. No issues here. We did get the perfect day once again. We were tested today, definitely, at the start of the day. I wasn't warmed up enough. First 3 or so attacks were quite close. But I suppose we'll talk more about that in the recap. So yeah, let's get into that right now. So there we go. That is all our hits done for the day. We are currently at 5,961 trophies. I believe we're resetting around about the top 3,000, but I haven't checked recently. Today we do have at least plus 40. Shout out to Saturn Base Sub. These defenses today are pretty good. Unfortunately, yesterday we did get minus 320. But, you know, this is the game in Legends League. Sometimes you get dumbasses attacking you. Sometimes you get really good players that attack you. But that is all from me for today. I hope this video was useful, and I do apologise once again for the slightly wonky hits at the start of the video. We did manage to pick up our form a little bit later into the video. So yeah, hopefully you guys hung around for those hits, because they were a lot cleaner. But as I said, that is all from me for today. I'll see you guys back again tomorrow. I may have a guide for you tomorrow, or I may have my Legends hits again. Not 100% sure yet, but I'll see you then. Goodbye.